Oh!
Here we are, guys.
Day one. Pit lane interview. Wayne Healy. Joel's just dropped him. I think he's sack flicked him.
I'm Chris Buckley. And I'm Wayne Healy. And this is HQ Extra.
Welcome to HQ Extra. I'm Wayne Healy, and joining me is my counterpart here, Chris Buckley, for another night of HQ Extra. Thursday night, not a Wednesday night, due to state of origin for East Coasters that get carried away in the rugby league. Had a bit of a big game. New South Wales getting up over Queensland. Go the Blues. So
There was a football game on last night.
there was a football game on last night, apparently. So,
We did all right too.
yeah, we did. I'm going to play with this mic because it feels like it's stabbing me. But anyway, all good. How you been, mate? All good?
Yeah, very well, mate. We've got plenty to talk about tonight. A bit of racing going on with HQs around the country, so there's a bit from everywhere, really. There's South Australia, there's Queensland, there's a bit of talk about New South Wales, what's coming up there. WA and Tasmania, there's been some championships won and run and won, and we've got some good footage of that sort of stuff later on as well. So
Absolutely. Big things coming for New South Wales. Still got 2 championships rounds coming up. One this weekend, Eastern Creek, a night meeting, and then we've got a final round which they can drop around. So it's up in the air. Points, championship points is, really tight at the moment in New South Wales. But
it's definitely going to come down to the wire.
yeah, we had a couple of interstate guys go, like Jamie Finesse went over to WA and raced over there and done quite well. We also had, like I said, the South Australian guys race at the Bend. We have the results, but we don't have the championship points there. Darren or anyone from South Australia who's got those points, and if they can send them to us, let us know. That would be good, just to give you guys an update. We're also going to talk about Tasmania. They've been running
finished their championship, yep.
And it's massive down there.
The 1 hour in Queensland. The Queenslanders were very kind to put some footage together for us, which is, we ask for it all the time, and they've come through with some great stuff. So there's some really good stuff to watch there from up at the 1 hour in Queensland. Jason Moll competed there as well, so that'd be good to see that.
Yep.
As you said, we've got WA. Jamie Finesse went over there and basically clean swept them and in the wet, showed them how it's done, and we've got some great footage of that to come later on as well, so hang around, something you don't want to miss.
Definitely. But again, we can't do this show without a great support that we do have that follow us, so please like and share, and we want to thank our sponsors, Harvey's Towing and Electrical. Harvey's Towing and Mechanical up in Queensland. They look after us massively. They've sent us the information down for the Queensland stuff. We also got Osborne Transport, who has been phenomenal for the HQ fraternity, especially in New South Wales, but abroad as well. CR International has done great things, and he's, Trevor Penny's been great all around this thing. So yeah, to Joe and Jessica up there and in the Harvey's Towing and Services has been great, and to all the Ready Strip to asphalt,
Ready strip and asset plumbing.
asset plumbing.
Kerway asphalting, Command Digital signage, hands-on first aid, Equity Views Constructions. Again, without these guys, we're not here. We don't do what we do.
Command Digital
Yeah.
as well. So, look, guys, thank you very much for your support. It's been one of those years where COVID has really screwed up racing, but your support behind us and our show and the HQ fraternity has been phenomenal, so we can't thank you guys enough. So thank you once again for all our sponsors. So please, guys, if you see any of these guys out there, get in there and support them, because they're supporting us who are trying to support you guys as well. So thank you very much for that, and we look forward to a bigger and better year with you guys to next year. As we're in November, so we've got to start planning for next year as well, but we've still got so much, believe it or not, jammed in racing happening in the next weekend.
Absolutely, and like in all states, like there is in New South Wales, there's plenty of work goes on behind the scenes to create a championship every year, and I'm sure they're all hard at work getting dates set and rounds set and trying to juggle everyone's, where everyone wants to race. It's not an easy task. Unfortunately, I get assigned it over here in New South Wales, and I've got to say this has definitely been the hardest year I've ever had. Hopefully next year will be a bit better. We've sort of basically got the rounds set, but just haven't been confirmed yet, so they're not allowed, we can't announce them. But it's going to be a good year of racing in 2021, not just here but around the country, I'm sure. So,
just getting onto that, you sit down, being on the CAMS panel and that, they give you a whole range of dates. And then you get to pick and choose with that, and then it's sort of like, or do they give you a rough idea of, say, righto, we're allowed, we got X amount of categories, we can fit X amount of categories, here's your dates, pick them, go back to your committees and pick them, and then come back to us, and then we try and work out everything. Is that how it works?
Basically what they do is the promoters from each track that we have here in New South Wales, which is obviously Sydney Motorsport Park and Wakefield Park, the promoters give us dates. It's normally 4 from each that they're going to allow for the New South Wales State Championship from Motorsport Australia. Then we look at that and see what's going to work for us, because every category's does other racing. Like we have next year Hopwoods and Enduros and that sort of stuff. So we try and make it work around all the categories and make it as fair as possible. Another thing we've just started, well, they have been doing for the last sort of 12 to 18 months is in New South Wales, is that they put every round gets numbered, each category gets numbered, so that one round they might be first up, the next round they might be third up, then fifth up, and then they might be last. Just to share out the, make it fair for everyone, because for a long time there, HQs were always last, and we certainly got that sorted out, and it works pretty well. But mate, honestly, when it's the amount of time and effort that goes into it, you would, not just from myself, no, it's from all categories. There's people who run it, and it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all coming together at the moment, and 2021 will be a very exciting year for. And we have spoken about, when you do plan, is we got a date for the Nationals. Do we have that date for the Nationals? Has it carried over from last? I believe it's carried over from this year going into next year of roughly the same date. So, well, that was the problem we had last year, because we weren't told the date until very early in the year, and the calendar had already been planned months before that. So, unfortunately, there's not much we can do if we don't get the dates early enough. We just got to try and do our best to work around what we have, and there's always there's possibility of changes during the season, but it's not something we like to do if we can avoid it, Yeah,
fair enough.
But we've still got a couple more rounds this year, like you said. We've got Sydney coming up this weekend, and 12th of December, we're back at Wakefield Park for the final round. So we ended up getting 5 rounds in this year, which is quite amazing. After
in New South Wales, we can drop around for our championship.
But after the year we've had,
our club championship,
and the CAMS championship, it's in the regs. But after the year we've had, it's quite pleasing to be able to say that we have actually squeezed the 5 rounds in, because for a long time there we were thinking we might not get 2 or 3. So I think everyone will agree that. I think we're coming back. Everything's kind of coming back slowly, but...
and by the way, like our website, we do have a calendar on there. As you know, with COVID, everything went out the window. But when your states do finally get all those dates, if you can forward them, email them to us at HQ Extra, we'll throw it on our website so everyone knows which state has got what rounds where, because I believe there's a few people out there that want to travel after COVID has finished. Once that's done and dusted and we can start travelling, well, it's never going to be done and dusted, I suppose, but once the borders open up and we can start travelling again, then I think we'll be able to go, if we got a calendar of what we can do, then you can plan. And planning is everything about racing, because not everyone wants to do or can do certain things. So if you can plan for racing and give us a calendar as early as possible, that'd be great. My biggest, strongest belief is that no one should have a race within 2 weeks either end of the national title, because that is our number one. Our national titles is our number one, regardless of where it is. That is our number one thing. So, and getting on on how early it starts is Tasmania. We talk about it every show, and I'm going to keep hounding them people
January.
to get there. January, Australia Day weekend. I think it's the 25th. 24th it starts, and then it follows on to the next one, the 31st, Baskerville and also Symmons Plains. Yep. Those weekends, big weekends for Tasmania. If you can get a car down there and leave it there for a week, maybe take a holiday. It's at the end of January. Still school holidays, I believe, and for most states might be going back to school just then. But how good would it be to start off for those two states if we get a shitload of cars down there and get Tasmania racing again? Because let me tell you, they deserve it. It started there, and what a way to start off the season.
Yep.
It's going to be a pricey thing though. I don't know if we can approach the Tasmanian government or
what part of motorsport's not pricey?
Yeah, I know, but still, look, there's a lot of.
It makes it difficult, and it's only that boat trip that hurts everyone.
It's a boat trip that hurts everyone. Yeah. But again, I don't know what the type of cost is if we organise a big transporter to get, say, if it says to get 8 cars across. Is that more cost effective to get that? I don't know. We'll have to work it out. But I mean, how good would it be to start there? Unfortunately, I'll definitely miss the first week. That's for sure. Being my 30th wedding.
She's not real keen on a honeymoon.
Well, I don't know.
Anniversary in Tasmania.
I wouldn't say never, but it's not something that you want to be taking your wife to a 30th anniversary away to racing. I'm pretty sure that.
I couldn't think of much else.
Oh, mate, don't get me wrong. I can think of plenty.
Vicky's not watching, but I'm all right. Yeah. She's busy.
She come up. She wanted to change things up the other day. She come in the bedroom and got handcuffs.
Here we go.
She goes, "You can lock me up and do whatever you want." So I did. I locked her up. Went straight to the pub. Hasn't spoken to me since.
That's original.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah,
all right, let's move on.
Yeah, South Australia. After that one.
Well, as you said, we haven't got any footage from there, unfortunately. But
yeah, they've been a bit slack.
Yeah, unfortunately, the numbers in the last round weren't too great. Noticeable absentees with the Heinrich boys. Joel's dad and.
They weren't there?
No.
I think it was at the Bend. Is it at the Bend?
It was at the Bend. Yep.
I do believe that. Well, there is footage of Joel. If you look at Joel Heinrich, and if you're friends with them on Facebook, actually he raced a sprint car on the dirt and done very well. So, if you're following young Heinrich, Joel, I tell you what, there's not much he can't drive.
He goes all right.
Goes all right, the young kid.
Yeah, look, they had
still owe him a cock whack. Don't worry about that. It's coming.
It's a family show.
Oh.
They had, 5 or 6 cars there. In qualifying, Darren Jenkins put it on pole. Darryl Crouch was in second, Lee Smith third, Neil Corey fourth, Scott Allen in fifth, Alan Smith in sixth. So there's 6 cars there. Separated but fairly bigly, fairly large gap there from first to last, to be honest. Darren was doing a 2:30, and our slowest one, or our last qualifier, was Alan Smith with a 2:39. So quite a big gap, but there's 3-4 guys at the front pretty close, which is good. So would have been some great racing.
Jenkins and Crouch.
They go at it pretty hard, don't they?
No, mate, Dave Smith. Is Dave Smith?
Lee Smith.
Lee Smith. I mean, look, they go hard. I mean, and that track is such a great track. I mean, the Bend, man.
Yeah.
What a shame that we didn't get there. But, it's 2021. Things can change.
I'll tell you what they do well, though. They have a lot of races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races over the weekend.
Serious? Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just going to do the top 5 for the first race. That was taken out by Crouchy again. Darryl Jenkins in second, Neil Corey third, Lee Smith in fourth, and Alan Smith taking it rounding out the 5. So, pretty close race by the looks of it too. They were in there with the saloon cars of the Commodores. And
they're always there. That's always the case with them until the numbers pick up a bit. But
Yep. On to race 2, and Jenkins took out that one, actually. He did, doing a two.
Oh, reversed on
Yeah,
that.
he's got him in race 2, which is good to see. Jenkins, then Crouch, then Corey, Lee Smith, and Alan Smith.
Neil Corey has been racing for years, and
Nice
one of the
too.
gentlemen
Yeah, he's a good good bloke.
HQs and been around for a long time. Lucky enough to have a chat with him at last year at the Bend, and a couple of times actually. So, yeah, great guy.
Crouchy held him out again in race 3, taking out the win from Jenkins, Lee Smith, Alan Smith, Scott Allen. So there was a noticeable absentee there. I don't know what happened. It didn't start, to the looks of it.
Jenkins didn't start.
No, there was one that was missing from the 6. There was 6 that started. So.
Okay.
And Crouchy's held it into the 4th race as well, so he's doing well. Darryl Crouch taking out the 4th. Again, followed by Jenkins, Lee Smith, Alan Smith, and Scott Allen. In the final trophy race, Jenkins got him back. So, yeah, Darren took out the last race. Crouchy was in 2nd, Neil Corey 3rd, Lee Smith, Scott Allen, and Alan Smith. So, again, not huge numbers, but some pretty close and exciting racing there. And they were with the Commodore, so it would have been a bit of a spectacle as well. Yep. As I said, we don't have, unfortunately, any footage of those guys.
And we do not have the championship points, but I dare say after that round, Crouchy was winning. With Jenkins and Heinrichs are up there, but they've dropped off, obviously, not being in that round. So
yeah.
I dare say it will be Crouchy, Jenkins and Smith up there for the championship in South Australia. I do believe they've still got a round to go. I think just if you guys watching South Australia, let us know. If you send on some information, that would be great. And yeah, so South Australia, got all the tracks. Not turning up, only got 6 cars. It's a bit of a shame, but again, look, it's understandable, isn't it?
It's
been one of those years where it's been so tough on everybody.
Yep.
You know, but you know the borders were open and people could have got down there and raced there as well. So it's one of those things. So yeah, moving on. That's South Australia wrapped up for tonight.
Yep. Just got a comment, mate. Your
comment. My jokes aren't getting any better. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leighton. Yep.
You need to find some new ones. Have you been to Pedro's joke appreciation classes?
Please, no, don't start me on that. I'd rather.
You've got to attend one of those. They're awesome.
That's just, that ain't going to happen. Although he's got a good memory on those jokes, eh?
Mate, a good memory and a very good sense of humour. It's dry, but it's fantastic. So, okay, Queensland. 1 hour.
Big meeting. We missed it, unfortunately.
We weren't allowed to go because everyone else was allowed to go to Queensland, but anyone in Sydney.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne's going to get there before us by the sounds of things.
Because they also had a big, besides the meeting, they had the elections. Yes, that weekend, I suppose, and the politicians decided, let's lock it out. She won, and she's still locking us out, so we all thought that she'd open up the borders again, but anyway, it is what it is. But
unfortunately, it's affected one of our competitors for this weekend, Jason Mole. Can't get down here.
Can't get down here?
Well, can get down, but goes back in quarantine for 2 weeks. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
What really upsets me is if we had a racetrack, let's just say there was a racetrack at Port Macquarie. Queenslanders can go there, we can go there, we can all mingle type thing, COVID, keeping space. Then they could go back, we go back here, there's no foul.
100%.
But no one can, it doesn't make sense, does it? So, yet we vote these idiots in and they're running the country, so.
Anyway, enough about politics.
Yeah, that's it, moving on. Queensland.
Yeah, mate, they were a great field up there. 15 cars, 16 cars for the qualifying, for the 1 hour race, which was great to see. Some good numbers and a lot of co-drivers as well, which is great. So everyone had a co-driver, I think. So there was basically 30 drivers, which is fantastic for HQs.
And there was an all-girl team.
There was, the ladies. And they didn't do too bad either, I've got to say.
Yeah.
I think they beat Mark Strachan.
No, anyone can beat Mark Strachan.
We've got to thank Mark for his help today,
mate,
too.
Actually, Mark is a great guy.
He did help us out with
Although
a bit.
he's an easy beat, but he's a great guy.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
He's actually one of the nicest guys I've met.
He does more more racing than you.
Shut up. Well, that's not hard. He can beat me at the moment, can't he? So.
We do have a bit of footage, which it was, as we spoke about before, which is which we're going to show fairly soon. And there's about, I think, 7 or 8 minutes of footage from Queensland that they put together for us. It's got some interviews and some racing, and it's very well done. And again, guys, we really appreciate all the help you've given us, because it's great to see, and hope you enjoyed it all. Thanks, guys.
So let's roll on that tape.
Predictions for this race would be the way the boys have all been going. As long as nothing happens to them, Scotty and Brandon, the way they're driving and their car's fast, their car stays together, they'll do very well. So but there's about 3 or 4 more quick cars right behind them. So see how they all go.
Same with you, or?
Yeah, pretty same. Yeah, hopefully the rain holds off.
Yep.
And we should go forward from 5th.
And how do you reckon you'll go?
Pretty good. I just got to do my job, and hopefully we can bring it home.
Mixed emotions.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. We had some really old wets, they didn't seem to work that well in the rain. Brad did well, but I probably could have gone back to dry tyres for my race, which was a lot less border on the track. But we didn't come off, we didn't crash.
And we're in 3rd on the starting race, so it was a good.
Traditionally with the one-make series, you get a train of cars. They all break at the same time, etc. Whereas we get a lot of position changes. The final lap times are very, very similar. But this makes really good racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Just, as a driver, it like Nick said, the cars are so different, where we've got the cornering and under brakes, but they've got the straight line speed. So it's really, really tricky, where we can sort of maintain a lap time that's a little bit slower than the fastest HQs. We can maintain our lap time for potentially 15, 20 odd laps. The HQs do tend to drop off after about 10 laps. So that's what we
the biggest thing is it's Theon and I are both cousins, and it's 17 years since we've done an enduro together. So that's the biggest thing, I think, more than the car, is Theon and I getting back together and 17-year reunion. That's our biggest thing, I think.
Yeah.
Phillip Island's the track.
Why is that?
It's just so smooth. It's a fresh track, plus it's I guess the scenery as well.
Yeah, right.
You look at the ocean when you're coming over the hill, which is Scott's a cocky prick. Up himself. Nah, we sort of just take the piss at everyone really. Yeah, it's pretty fun. In the end, it's just a bragging rights really. Yeah.
Oh, watch out! That's how you celebrate a win, eh? Well done to those lads. They did very well.
Very well, didn't they?
Yeah.
What a great, thank you very much for that footage, Queensland. It was unreal.
Yep.
Let's have a look at qualifying quickly. We'll go through them real quick. As you know, qualifying, the car number one, Scott Andreski and Brandon Madden. This is driver A, so I'm not sure who driver A was, but let's just say the Scott Andreski and Madden, then Joe Andreski and Brock Mitchell, Brad Schomburg and Benny Simpson, then you got Van Twest and C. D. Sidoni, Kernell and Gray, Mole and Turner, Rangley and Jarvis, Lovett French, Shelby Adams, Madden, I believe that's his brother and brothers and father, maybe his brother and father. Boyle and Boyle, Jonick and Jonick, Strachan and Risley, and Madden and Andreski, which and Jeffers and Stewart. That's the A. B driver. Well, like I said, I'm not sure who was it again, but this time it was Scott Andreski and Brandon Madden car. Then Kernell and Gray, Rangley and Jarvis, Schomburg, Simpson, Van Twest and Sidoni, Livett, French, Madden, Yonick and Yonick, Shelby Adams, Colin Shelby Adams, Boyle and Boyle, Strachan and Risley, Mole and Turner and Madden and Andreski, and Jeffers, Stewart, and that's what I can read so far. Okay. Race one, driver A, off you go. See ya.
No worries, mate. Driver A. Scott and Brandon had a bit of a fun weekend behind the wheel by the looks of it. They took out race one. I think they took out every race, to be honest. But yeah, great performance by those two in up the front there. Brad Schomburg and Benny Simpson in second place. They two not old
Benny
guys,
Simpson builds their motors.
Yeah, he does. But two blokes that have been around for a long time and showing these young blokes that it's not. It doesn't matter. Yeah, because I'm sure Brad, he's got to be 50 something, hasn't he?
Brad, yeah, he'd be close to it.
Yep. So he's doing very well.
Oh, he's got to be 50. He looks older than me, surely.
I'm trying to be nice, mate. Anyway, Van Tweet Sidoni in third, Andreski Mitchell in fourth, Colin Selby Adams fifth, Connell and Gray in sixth, Rangley and Jarvis 7th, Madden and Madden in 8th, Boyle and Boyle in 9th, and drowning at the top 10 was Jonic and Jonic. So a lot of family stuff, family affairs going on there.
Look, it's good. It could be brothers, could be brother and sister, could be, you know, who knows? We don't know, so you can't tell by names, and unfortunately we don't know every single person up there. So, but that's our goal, is to know everybody. HQ Extra, we want that to be everyone's racing lips, is HQ Extra for their footage and all their other stuff like that. So we want to be the hub for HQ Racing.
Well, not only does it go to Facebook Live like our show here, it also goes to YouTube. It goes
exactly.
It goes. Like there's some figures we can tell you about the amount of people who've seen the stuff we put out just in the last month. It'll just blow you away. So if you can get us the footage, it'll get exposed. It'll get out there. People will get to see it, and the more
you help us, the more we help you guys. That's for sure.
Okay, race 2, driver B. No, they didn't have it all to themselves because Rangley and Jarvis took that one out. So Scotty or Brandon, one of them slipped up, boys. Anyway, still finished second. Van Twist and Sedani in third. Madden in fourth. Schomburg and Simpson in fifth. Andreski Mitchell in sixth. Levitt and French in seventh. Jonic and Jonic in eighth. Collins and Shelby Adams. Boyle and Boyle, Connell and Gray, Strackham and Risley, Jefferson Stewart, Madden and Andriski, and Mole and Turner.
Tell you how I didn't hear you read out was Andreski and Brock Mitchell.
I did, mate. Andriski and Mitchell.
Oh, cool.
You listening, or you just?
No, I must have breezed past him because I know Brock hasn't been in a HQ much. He used to be all the time there.
Yep. He's
driving other things, so it was really good to see him and Joe, the Godfather, show up and jump in a car together. I reckon it's unreal.
Yeah, well, it's the same weekend that Jamie Finesse went to WA, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And
yep.
Brock and there, I think they're all family members, and with Gary Bonwick and that, they're all related.
Oh, look, you know what? How strong would Queensland be if Bonwick, Finesse, Brock Mitchell, the Andreskis, they all get there and they all get back in there and start racing HQs? Let me tell you, that would be one hell of a good state of racing.
Yeah.
You know, if they keep it clean and keep it good racing up there, mate, the sky's the limits for Queensland.
Mate, the 1 hour. Scotty and Brandon took it out, obviously, with a great run in the number one car there.
Now let's just on that car. I believe don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that Brandon's won the championship last year on it. Scotty won it the year before in the same car. So they both know that car. Well done, guys. Run strong, can drive.
Yep.
Best larrikins you've ever seen. They love a joke. They love mucking around, and they're great for HQ racing.
Yeah, it's a great effort, boys. So. Benny Simpson and Brad Stromberg in second, so they weren't that far behind. What we've got 20 seconds after an hour. So
were they in the hot pink car, Stromberg's car?
I think they were. I did see a pink car on the footage there. So candy apple pink.
Candy apple pink. That's the way.
Andreski Mitchell in third. So a great drive by Brock and Andreski in the third place there. Rangley and Jarvis in the fourth, and Dion Sedani and Colin and Shelby Adams in fifth. Then Connell and Gray, Boyle and Boyle, Madden and Andriski. That's the girls too, isn't it? They're right up the list there too. Yep. Well done, girls.
Righty and
right in front of Mark Strachan and Risley. So I told you they get him.
Yes. Well done.
Well done.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Top
absolutely
10.
They were.
Girls top 10. Well done. Great finish. I can't even get in the top 10. Well done.
Have you ever been in the top 10?
Yeah, shut up. I have. I have. Just not that often.
Levitt and French, Jefferson Stewart, and unfortunately Jason Mole and Turner didn't have a great weekend by the looks of things. So that's motor racing, mate. It happens to the best of them.
That's it.
You need to have a run.
Queensland, well done up there, and their next round. They've got a next round, not this weekend coming, the following weekend. So
Tegan's back in another car too. She's racing. So
well done.
Tegan.
Back in there, just
Tegan.
Sorry. That's right, not Tegan. Tegan.
Oh, sorry.
And she's jumping in the car, and they got the little one there, and their life has completely changed, and they're loving life at the moment. So to the Madden family and to all the Dreskis and everyone up in Queensland, well done. What a great. I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Obviously, we would have loved to have been there, and I'm pretty sure there would have been a lot of people out there that would have loved to have been in the Queensland 1 hour, because after last year it was a fantastic event, and it's probably one to put on the calendar for next year. Everything going well, so that was pretty good.
Our mate Ian McLean. He's unfortunately not able to be with us tonight, but he's commenting on our Facebook.
Yeah,
You
he's
can see the comments coming through there. As I was saying before, in regards to views that we get, it is quite amazing. Just in the last 4 weeks alone, there's been 35,000 views on Facebook posts. So thanks, guys. It's really pleasing to see. It doesn't all happen on the show. People watch it later on and watch it on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So if you send your stuff to us, I promise you to get out there. And
35,000 we've had
in 4 weeks.
In 4 weeks. That's not bad. Like, not bad for a one category.
One mate category.
One mate category, yeah. And we're just a couple of larrigans come here try and get here as often as we can, and
on time
to promote our category. So, again, we can only help you guys if you help us and send us information. With COVID and everything that's going on, look, we're hands are tied too. So
we've got plenty to get through. We've got to move on.
Yes, move on. And there's nothing wrong with my shorts, Ian McLean. It's summer. I put shorts on today. I thought I'd be casual. I've got good legs, man. Trust me.
Great legs, mate.
I've got great legs.
New South Wales is racing this weekend at Sydney Motorsport Park.
Absolutely.
Under lights.
Over 27 entries already.
No, there's 27.
Oh, there's
not over.
No more?
No.
That's it, done, 27.
And we may lose
Under
one.
lights.
But anyway, it's fantastic. It's a really good effort.
You may lose one.
Jason Mole, he can't film.
Oh, okay. So, there you go, jump in his car, get that. Worth a try.
Yeah, look, 26 or 7 cars there, under lights, 1 day race meeting, qualifying and 3 races throughout the day, finishing up, as I said, under lights there at around 8 o'clock, I think it's going to be on Saturday night. It's going to be one hell of a spectacle. I'm sure that, I don't know if anyone's seen the picture of Scotty Walker's car on Facebook this week. He had a practice run there during the week and got some photos under light. Oh my God, it looks sensational. So if you haven't seen it, check out his Facebook page. And I think Ian put it on Facebook as well for HQ Extra. But the car looks absolutely amazing. And I'm sure having 27 of those great looking cars, which we do have very, very well presented cars here in New South Wales, I think that's going to be an absolute beautiful thing to watch. So I'll actually unfortunately be working on Saturday, but I'll certainly be there in the afternoon and be there for the night race, which is going to be great to watch and great to see. We'll do a bit of Facebook living out from...
And Blendline are running it live. They're live streaming. So
they are live streaming as well,
live streaming Saturday. You can definitely get out there and watch HQ Extra run around all the HQs New South Wales. 27 cars live, qualifying Saturday morning, a race before lunch, race in the afternoon, and then one race under lights at night. 1 day meeting, Saturday done and dusted, go home. Sunday you can relax. Love that idea. There is still another race meeting on it, but racing under lights is something I haven't done. I had an opportunity to do it. We've both had opportunities to do it at Oran Park, but unfortunately,
no, I wasn't racing then.
They were racing under lights when we started, but we missed that meeting. We didn't actually do that.
My man raced at the meeting, but I didn't.
We didn't do that one. Yeah. So, but look,
it's going to be good to see you. And
just got a message too from Darren Jenkins from South Australia. He sent us the point system. I'll put that up on Facebook a bit later, so don't panic. We'll show you that a bit later on.
And again.
So thank you, Darren Jenkins, too.
Early next month in December will be our final round, which is
at Wakefield Park.
At Wakefield Park, the 12th and 13th of December. Yep. So Saturday, a 2-day meeting, which is good. Get back down there for 2 days and have a bit of fun as well. It's good.
Sure do.
Good place.
Hopefully, look, the border's open. The Queensland border, the Victorian borders are open.
We'll be by then, I think.
Look, the consensus is that Victorians are pretty much shut shop. They've decided that pretty much. There's not many of them.
Wipe 2020 and
Wipe 2020. There was a race meeting that was brought up by I think the ARMS.
ARMS, yep.
ARMS, yeah. And that was a Sandown, and that would have been a fantastic race meeting to do. I don't think anyone's really interested at the moment because pretty much
there wasn't a lot of support for it. Mate.
There'd be a handful of guys there, but look. Wakefield Park.
You're very welcome to come up and race with us.
If you guys you're up, it's hour and a half down from Sydney, so
it was 2 hours from Sydney.
It's only really 6 hours, 7-hour drive for you guys to get to Wakefield Park. So 12th and 13th, and that's not just to mention Victorians. You got South Australia, Queenslanders that want to come down, have a run at the end of the year.
Yep.
Wakefield Park. By all means, get your asses down there. Let's turn this one into a big meeting. Again. It's a big weekend. It's our final round for New South Wales. So if some of those have finished, and
But the way our championship's shaping up at the moment, it's going to come down to that round too. I can assure you, because it's
to be honest,
it's extremely close.
And I'm just want to touch base on Queensland Championship, which we forgot to mention. So, just after, now this is the club championship, okay, not the CAMS championship. The CAMS championship is different. They haven't had as many CAMS meetings, so we're going to go off the club championships. Joe Andreski, the Godfather, 251 points, is leading Dion Sidoni on 242. Bruce French on 200, with Brandon Madden on 200, who's missed a round. And then you got Nathan Locke, 199. So how close is that, the top 5? Ty Gray is on 167. Brad Schomburg, 165. Van Twest is 159. Jake Madden, 148. And then Mark Strachan on 133. So again, you're 4 real close there, but the top 5.
There's 3.
Top 5's close at.
Third position. There's 1 point between the 3 of them. So.
Yeah. 1 point between, for the third spot in Queensland. And I do believe they've got, like I said, not this weekend, the next weekend. So massive big championship coming up. Hopefully
can Joe hang on to it?
Come on, that Godfather. You've got to hang on.
Don't look in your mirrors, Joe.
That's it. Don't look, definitely.
As we're just saying,
make that car 4 metres wide, brother.
As we're just saying in regards to our New South Wales Championship here, it's very tight up the top there too, because at the moment, young Luke Harrison's leading the competition with 396 points, followed closely by one of our veterans, Glenn Deering, 384. Dave Proglia, the quiet achiever, as I always call him, he's always there or thereabouts, and unfortunately I can't read your writing, Wayne. It might be an 8, it might be a 5. It's 382 or 52.
Where's that? That's a 5.
Okay, it's 352. Oh. He can't read it himself. Anyway, it's one or the other.
Yeah, it's 3. I think it's 82.
Chris Mole, who unfortunately hasn't sort of capitalised on what could have been his year. He's still there and thereabouts, but he's a little bit far behind it. 314 points, tied for 5th with Leighton Cranebrook. So tied for 4th with Leighton Cranebrook on 314. Darren Parker. He's on 342.
He's on 342.
Wow.
So, yeah.
There you go. It is
right
tight.
There, Darren.
Pedro Marusik on 262. Jason Mole, 238. Unfortunately, he's missed a couple of rounds. Jason Johnson on 208. And Wayne Potts, rounding out the top 10 at 192. So, again, this weekend's going to be interesting, and we'll be certainly leading into a very exciting final round down there at Wakefield Park. It should be great stuff. Can't wait for that.
Imagine if the 1 hour was included in that. I'm glad it's not, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's only because it's code. It's
definitely not.
And Queenslanders do the same thing. They don't normally. That's a separate run because of the co-drivers, I think. So.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely going to be close. But don't forget, we got 2 rounds in New South Wales. Just touching on that, in our championship, you can drop a round. So the championship points is what it is there.
Yep.
But they could drop their worst round and everyone drops the first round, their worst round, and that's what your total points are.
Okay, we need to move on because we're going to run out of time.
We're going to run out of time. We've got heaps to talk to because there was 4 meetings.
WA. Let's quickly go there, and we could probably just talk about this while we see some great footage we got there from Jamie Finesse. If you don't know how to drive in the wet, watch this bloke, because let me tell you, he is sensational.
He can drive.
It's all about throttle control and keeping it smooth, and he's got it all. So. And
he flew over there, Adam Butler.
Yeah, and Mr. Whippy.
Mr. Whippy.
Again,
great guys.
Great camaraderie from them to give him a drive and show him,
the Butler family,
hospitality.
The Butler family and their hospitality towards everybody is unbelievable.
Yeah,
right?
If you haven't met Adam Butler,
the whole family is just sensational.
I was just going to say, if you haven't met Adam Butler, he's a character. He's a genuinely good bloke and fun to be around. And
so is his dad and his sister and his girlfriend. They're great. They are really great for our sport.
Great.
It's great to have.
I was going to say the same thing. Great for the sport.
Great to have these characters, mate. It's just unreal.
Yeah, we've got plenty of them.
And he jumped in. Well, yeah, he jumped in the Mr. Whippy car and.
He basically, mate, look, just in qualifying, I don't know if anyone else has had a look at this, but the qualifying results, and this is a guy who's flown from Queensland to WA. I dare say he's never been in the car before.
He's been at HQ.
In the car before, in the Mr. Whippy's car.
No, he's never. No,
and mate, he's dead set. He's put a second on all of them. He's out-qualified them all by over a second in the wet.
In the wet?
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He's
but he can drive.
Very talented young man. So he did a 126.07 and Second to him was Michael Howard, who's a seasoned campaigner over there, very good driver as well, and he's at 127.12. So, as I said, more than a second gap in qualifying was unreal. But it's going to go for the top 10 there. So it was Jamie Finesse, Michael Howard, Ryan Davis, Brian Pangler, Scott Hames, Michael Woodbridge, Dennis Russell, Chris Ainscough, Mark Watkins, Rory Sharp, rounding out the top 10. We'll just finish the rest of who was racing there. It was Steve West, Philip Breen, Lawrence Marsh, Todd Faulknell, Mark Alfonsi.
Alfonsi,
I love that name.
I love that name.
Troy Kent and David Byrne. So yeah, great to see. Great effort. And as I said, if you watch this footage, you'll understand why he's put it on pole. He's very good.
He's an exceptionally good driver. He went over to saloon cars. I think he won the saloon cars in Queensland. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He definitely knows how to drive. Like I said,
just watch his hands, mate. There's this little. It's always little bits.
It's quite smooth.
And then I can't hear it here, but I have watched it.
That's Howlett in front of him, isn't it?
I'm not sure, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Howlett's car.
Yeah.
But look at the run. Look at the run he got there. Butler's car's fine. I wonder if Butler can drive it as good as this. What have we done, Rob? Have we lost something?
I know it's Marsh.
Marsh, is it?
Oh, he passed him. Yeah, he passed.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just move on to just move on to race one. The results there again. Jamie Finesse taking out the first race. Didn't quite put a second on it, but pretty close to it. Rory Sharp was in second. Mark Watkins was third. Steve West was fourth. Dennis Russell fifth. Followed by Davis, Hames, Ainscough, Marsh, Breen, Alfonsi, Faulknell, Kent, Byrne. Michael Howard last. I don't know what happened to him. Must have maybe Jamie took him out. Brian Pangler and Woodbridge, unfortunately, with DNF. So, what are you laughing at, Wayne? You got a big smile on your face there, mate.
No, it's just all WA guys are champs.
Yeah, you're right, Toffee. They are, mate.
They are very nice. Every time we've spoken to them, especially put it this way, when at the Nationals, when we went over there for South Australia, we went and actually caught up with a lot of the Western Australians that are camping out in one certain area, and they made us feel such at home and have a drink with them. Jesus, too.
Mate, what a night that was. The good thing about that, they were worse than us the next day.
Yeah. When we go to WA, which will happen, HQ Extra will be in WA. We might have to take a few days off.
We're staying at Mr. Whippy's place.
We're staying at Mr. Whippy, yeah, that's it. That'd be gold.
That would be gold.
Mate, look, but to be all honest, the Western Australia boys are getting there. They've got their act together, they've picked it up, the racing's good, the car presentation's picked up.
Yep.
They're getting great numbers there.
They're going well.
And it's the guys like Jamie Finesse now that are flying over there to do that. And that's not to say that no one else can do that. There's a lot of people out there, I'm sure that WA guys might
lease cars, or
there'll be a couple of cars might be sitting there that people might let them use. So, hey, if you know, I know Peter Green Jr. did it. He went over there and
he raced with Howlett, didn't he?
He raced with Howlett and that. So Michael Howlett. But look, mate, Western Australia, I believe they're building another track, aren't they? Is that correct?
I don't know.
Look, quote me on that one. Don't quote me on that one. Whatever.
Race two, again, taken out by Jamie Finesse, and Michael Howlett's come from last basically to finish in second place, so great drive from Michael. Rory Sharp in third, Scott Hames, Ryan Davis, Michael Woodbridge, Steve West, Mark Watkins, Chris Ainscough and Dennis Russell running out the top 10. The trophy race, I'm not sure if this is the one we're watching now and where he came from rear of the grid, but they did have a reverse grid race there. So
handicap. A handicap race.
A handicap, was it?
I believe they have a handicap race or a reverse.
Someone will tell us.
No, sorry, handicap races down at
Tassie.
In Tassie. So
yeah,
that's right. So we'll get to Tassie real quick.
Well, you can go through the results for the final there.
Well, the final, Jamie Finesse with a 11:50 finish. Fastest lap was a 1:27, which was Rory Sharp right behind him with a 1:27, and only finished 2 seconds off the pace. I tell you what, the top 5 cars were within 5 seconds of each other over an 8-lap race, which is pretty good racing. So you had Jamie Finesse, Rory Sharp, Ryan Davis. Good on Ryan Davis. See, you know, he's one of the blokes that's always thereabouts and gets a podium finish in the last race. So good on you, Ryan Davis. Keep up the good work, champion. Mark Watkins, Michael Howlett, Scott Hames, Michael Woodbridge and Dennis Russell, Steve West, Chris Ainscough, Philip Breen, Lawrence Marsh, Todd Faulkner, David Byrne, Troy Kent, Mark Alfonsi and Brian Pangler, who did not start. So obviously there was an issue there. But the guys, like I said, championship is on over there, and they've got a race meeting coming up this weekend. So they've got a race meeting this weekend coming up on the 14th of November, and I believe that's Barbagallo. And their championships, they actually do have A and B going by their website. So we're going off their website here, guys. So Michael Howlett's on 2:48, followed by Rory Sharp on 2:22. Michael Woodbridge on 1:99. They're the A, your top three in your A. Then Dennis Russell, Philip Bream and Chris Ainscoe in your B, which is Dennis is on 182, Bream's on 160, Ainscoe 153, and I think then I got to, this is your top, that's your top six. And that's actually in order, so your A's and B's are in order. And then you got C, Todd Faulkner in C division in 103 is winning the C division. So, like I said, they got enough cars there to do 3 divisions.
Well, I was on their website today just looking for some information, and they do their grading by lap times, and it changes throughout the year. So you could, depending on what times you're getting on certain weekends, your grading will change. So it's quite interesting how they do it. But
I'd be love to hear how they do that. That'd be
not tonight because we're running out of time. But again, Jamie Finesse, mate, if you're watching, I'm sure you'll see it later on, mate. Fantastic drive, fantastic effort to go over there and clean sweep it on in a car you've never driven. I think that's quite amazing. So well done.
Oh, buddy. Mate, it was fantastic. So, yeah.
Now moving on, Tasmania.
Mate, this is the big one.
It is the big one.
Finishing on a high.
Yeah.
We are dead set finishing on a high. So
look, I don't know what we can say. We can say plenty about Phil Ashland and what he's done this year, and it's actually his 5th championship he's taken out, which I think is definitely a record.
I'm just looking at this. They had 7 races.
Yeah.
6 races? 7.
Plenty of racing.
Mate, 1,
That
2.
one's qualifying, Wayne.
1, yeah. I know that's the qualifying, right? I got that. Race 1, race 2, race 3, race 4, race 5, and it says race 7. We missed race 6, the Ian Beachley Memorial. So if there's a race 6 that we've missed, bad luck. That's Bucko done this, so blame Bucko.
Anyway, I don't know if you noticed, Wayne, that Phil won every one of those too. So.
Yes. Well, we're going to get to that. Mate, what a great weekend down there for Phil Ashland. So, come back after, had pretty much the year off last year in the championship. Otis Cordwell took out the championship, and I believe straight after the championship went and put the number 1 straight on his car. So the Viking, to do that, I thought that was pretty good. I'm not sure if that happened. Is that right? That did happen?
It did, mate.
It did happen?
Anyway, you're just ruining our little segment we've got coming on, but that's all right.
Oh, bugger. I'll do that. So, communication, talk to me, boys.
We were talking about it before, you must have been listening. Anyway.
Oh, that's when I must have been getting your dinner, running around doing stuff? Oh, yeah, don't worry.
No.
I've got to do the stuff around here. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, that's what I was just saying. There's a bit of commentary, some footage of the commentators down there at Tasmania who had a little bit to say about Phil's achievements over the weekend and what it means to him and his family and their team. So we're going to have a look at that, and we've got some great footage of Phil coming from the rear as well. So enjoy it.
And man the PA, right? Two other things that outstanding. Phil Ashland won his championship in the HQ Holden, broke a long-standing lap record, not once but twice, the first and only man into the 1 minute 11 second bracket, and took half a second out of the original lap record. Same thing about Josh Webster, broke the lap record 4 times, once in one race today, then 3 times in the same race to back it up, and won every race and qualified on pole for every round of the championship. Outstanding.
And to our knowledge, and we're happy to be proven incorrect, that is something we haven't seen before, to have a total clean sweep, practice, qualifying race all year, and made even more meritorious the fact that it's a 2-day meeting. So we had to keep doing it yesterday and today. So it's just been fantastic. It's been a wonderful look at the old and the new. It's a wonderful mix of respecting and celebrating the past, but also respecting and celebrating the young guns that are coming on, plus Roger Hurd.
David, if I could just add to what Andrew said about Phil Ashland, that was actually his 5th title.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful tribute to his late brother Shane, who passed away. And so for him to sort of make that comeback, as it were, and take out his 5th title, I think that's very special.
Yeah, it is, and he just showed again this weekend just what a class act he is as a race driver.
Absolutely, and the other thing I'd like to add to that is the outgoing champion, the Viking. He's already taken the one off the car and put it on Phil's car, and that's the camaraderie of HQ Racing.
That's Otis Caldwell. He's a bit of a ledge.
Cool. That is cool.
Yeah, that's Otis Caldwell, and again racing very hard. Lovely to see his progress this year as well. Didn't keep the number 1, but no doubt about it at all that he stepped it up as a race driver. So it's been a short year, a short season, I should say. It's been quite a year, as we well know, but it's been a very entertaining season.
Yeah, as you can see there, that congrats to Otis for what he, straight after the last race, took his number 1 off and handed it to Phil. It just shows that the camaraderie is strong down there as well. It was a great gesture, and as I was saying there, Phil broke the lap record twice, I think, over the weekend as well. Clean sweep that came from the rear of the grid and won another the memorial, the
main race,
yeah,
the main race, the big one, the beachy memorial.
Yeah. And as I said, he's dedicated to his late brother Shane, number 89.
Number 89, brother. Number 89.
A couple of number 89s here. You might not be able to see them very well, but they're proudly displayed for you guys too. So, well done, mate. It's a massive effort, and we've got some footage here to show you of Phil coming from the rear, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, look, to the whole Ashland family that get behind Phil, congratulations to you guys as well. Sue does a lot of things for HQ Racing. She's been part of the HQRA committee for a long time. She's fantastic for our sport. She's fantastic for what she does in Tassie, where it all started, and to Phil to win that championship, I'm sure you'd be just as proud as he is as winning it. So congratulations to the Ashland family in all, because although he steers the car, he's got a lot of family support behind him, and that's what it's all about.
Let's watch this special drive from Phil Ashland.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Car sounds good too, doesn't it?
Car sounds great.
Sounds sweet as that thing. So someone's doing a great job on the tube there too.
He went past Toffee pretty easy.
While we're watching this, we're just
Toffee was in the 11, got into 11s too, but as he said, Toffee commented. He said that only by luck he got in the 11s, but he drove the pants off that car.
Well, until that weekend, no one had got in the 11s, so I don't think it's luck, Toffee, that you got in there, mate. It's a lot of effort and well done and great driving. So good job, buddy.
Absolutely.
But anyway, I'll just go through the some stats or some.
Yeah, let's go for them
while we're watching this.
Because this is a fantastic drive.
Obviously qualifying, Phil Ashland on pole, Andrew Toff second, Corbell in third, Joe Rattray, Alex Bird, Andrew Bird, Neville Rattray, Wayne Nichols and Zach Bennett rounding them out.
Just stop there. Did you see that move? He just took 2 cars in one hit, just went wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, late on the brakes, and he's just driven out of this corner, and he's just taken 3 cars in this, nearly got 3 cars. He's going to get this one, that's for sure, but wow, that is some driving. That is some driving.
Great driving, mate.
And it was as smooth as anything, no rubbing whatsoever. It just goes to show you.
No one ever told you, mate? HQ Racing, smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast.
Smooth as fast. This time it's gone for the block on the outside. He's gone around the outside here. But geez, I'd love to drive this track. I've got to get there.
I just want to do that corner. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be unreal, eh? Look at the speed he got out of there. And again, thank you very much for sending us this footage. You know, the guys in Tasmania, Phil Ashton, sending the footage up and all.
He actually posted it because he couldn't get it sent from the computer for some reason.
Tasmania guys are always helpful in sending us information. So yeah,
absolutely.
So what happened in race 2 then?
Well, I haven't gone through qualifying, haven't I?
Oh, qualifying. We haven't gone through race 1.
Race 1.
Sorry.
Phil Ashton, Andrew Toth, Otis Corbell, Joe Rattray, Andrew Bird, Zach Bennett, Neville Rattray, Alex Bird, and Wayne Nichols. I wonder if it changed in race 2. Race 2, Phil Ashton, Andrew Toth, Otis Corbell, Joe Rattray, Andrew Bird, Zach Bennett, Alex Bird, Neville Rattray, and Wayne Nichols rounding them out. A lot of racing, eh? It's good. It'd be nice to race 4, 5, 6 races in a weekend.
They had 7, by the looks of things, 7 races.
Mm.
And wow, this just. I'm just watching this car. His car is absolutely flying.
I was actually just going to mention that Sue just let us know as well that at the Nationals, I don't know if you were there, we watched it, but he actually went from 50th position to 6th in the Nationals in the final there.
Oh mate, he
had dramas all weekend and finally got it right for the last race and just went.
I think it was what he started in 40 something. 50th and finished 6th. Yeah, it was the drive of the. Driver of the weekend, race, for sure. For the weekend, hard charge award had to have been given to him for that thing. So he can drive, and the car is quick.
Yeah.
And he's shy guy. He doesn't like the camera. You know, he's quite very. You know.
It's like you, shy.
What are you trying to say? How about you keep going? Keep talking.
Okay. Race 3. We'll just do the top 5 because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Phil Ashton, Andrew Toth, Otis Corbell, Joe Rattray, Andrew Bird. Race 4. Wow, Phil Ashton won again. Andrew Toth, Otis Corbell, and
see a bit of a pattern
Andrew Bird, Joe Rattray. There's definitely a pattern happening. Race 5. Phil Ashton, Andrew Toth, Otis Corbell, Andrew Bird, Joe Rattray. And race 7, the Ian Beachy Memorial Handicap. As you can see from that drive there, he came from the back, went through them all, and won the race by a bit over a second. So,
mate, what a drive! That move he made on 2 cars, and then had the drive out of there, and had the 3rd car probably by, you know.
Yeah.
Not far. That was pretty damn good.
And pretty special for him.
Otis was one of those cars.
Well, Otis came second. He ended up finishing second in that race. So it was Phil, Otis, Neville Rattray 3rd, Andrew Bird, and Tothy, Joe Rattray, Alex Bird, Wayne Nichols, and Zach Bennett. So
what do you do in those situations? You know you can't beat him, so you try and get on the back of him and just follow him around the races. Let him go and just get on the try and get on the tail of him.
You've never been in that position?
I have been in a position where I've come close to winning a race, and but then fell off the track and then finished 3rd. So third's my best. 3rd at Bathurst, man. Come on, co-drivers. Me and Stewie Spry.
Sensational.
Stewie Spry done most of the driving. But I have finished 3rd, and that finished 4th overall in the national. In the
state.
No, in the bloody hell. In the Muscle Car Masters at Eastern Creek, but I was in a different car.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's what you pragged?
Yeah. Don't tell anyone. All you had to do is say, yep, I remember that. That's it. Don't say, oh, the one you pranged. But yeah, no, look, mate, Phil Ashland.
Take every opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mate, thanks, Phil. And again, we appreciate you sending us that stuff. So to the guys in Queensland and the girls in Queensland, thank you for your great efforts and getting us some content for our show, making it as good as it can be. To Phil and the guys in there, thank you as well. WA guys have sent us stuff as well. So
absolutely.
we're getting plenty. We're getting some footage through.
South Australia, pick your game up.
We would really appreciate some more. So the more we get.
Before you keep going on, let's just go through the points score.
Well, the championship, as you said, has been run and won. And
so yep, Tassie's done and dusted. So Phil Ashland finished on 5:57. And I just want to point out too, we haven't said it. He's a 5-time winner. You did say it.
I did say it, yeah.
His 5 times
5th championship.
His 5th championship, not consecutive, but he's won 5 championships. So let me tell you, that's a damn good effort from any driver. Brett Osborne's come close up in New South Wales, and he's won 4, hasn't he? Who? Brett.
4 years.
Yep, 4. So, you know, anyone to win 5 championships in their state, and then, you know, it's that, you know, Phil, Ashland, well done. Congratulations, mate. Kudos to you, brother. You deserve all the accolades you get, so well done. Andrew Toft, second on 527, and Otis Caldwell on 500 points. They're your top 3. Well done, guys. Andrew Bird, 427, Joe Rattray on 403, Neville Rattray on 349, Alex Bird 317, Zachary Bennett on 303, Wayne Nichols on 175, and Peter Cameron rounding out top 10 of 103. So Tassie guys, 10-car championship there. Congratulations, and you know, can't wait to catch up with you guys hopefully next year for sure. So keep those cars ready for the following year, because look, 2001 should be a great year for everyone, including these guys in Tassie. They've picked up their game massively, so congratulations to them.
Yeah, well, mate, we've unfortunately come towards the end of the show, and we've got our racing this weekend, and then a bit of a gap, and we'll be back again to sort of recap on that one. And there's some other racing going on before our next show. I think Queensland again, as you said, Queensland is going to have another race meeting on as well. So please, hopefully you can join us for the next one, of the next episode of HQ Extra. Thanks very much to Rob for his great efforts tonight of what he's done behind the scenes here, and also to our fantastic sponsors one more time. That's in Osborne's Transport, Harvey's Towing and Mechanical, Sarah International, Ready Strip, Asset Plumbing, Kerway's Asphalt, Command Digital Signage, Hands On First Aid, and Equity View Construction. We always say it, but without those guys, this doesn't happen, and it's all about HQs. We appreciate you watching, we appreciate your time, and yeah, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry if we got a bit of a sound issue. Someone just said we might have a bit of a sound issue, so apologise for that. Might be your mic.
Probably.
Wouldn't
be yours.
Look, mate, 4 rounds. We had 4 championship rounds. Don't forget, you've got South Australia still got a race to come. I believe they've still got a race. I'm not sure the date on that one. Queensland have got a race, not this weekend, the following weekend. This weekend you've got WA racing their final round for their championship. And we here in New South Wales race on a Saturday under lights. So 1-day meeting, all races done and dusted. So
it's been live streamed. So live streamed. Hollywood hopefully gets past the outlet. Make sure you watch it,
mate. Just going through the field, 15.
Oh,
mate, this is one of the strongest fields again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're biased because we're in New South Wales, and I know we don't have the Osbornes, the Maddens, and the Ashlands here, and the Jenkins and the Crouchies and all that. Don't get me wrong, and not to mention, you know, all the Victorians that are really strong. You know, I feel them for the Victorians. You know, they've virtually missed the whole year. Well, they have missed the whole year. So all those Victorian guys, you know, keep your heads up.
But as you're trying to get, what you're alluding to is the field.
The field is so strong. Like the top 10 will be within a second. 1 second.
Well, I think I went through it the other day. At least 10. I think 10 or more people in that race have actually won races. So
yeah,
it's
yeah. I think there's what?
No, you weren't in it though, unfortunately.
No, of course not. I believe there's 4 or 5 champions, ex-champions in that race.
Yeah, it would be.
So it's all going to come down to who has a great one leading into this last round. You know?
Well, it's so close. It's anyone's championship. It really is. Those top 3, especially, that's going to be. It's going to be on.
Oh, massive!
Can't wait for it. Can't wait to watch it. And remember, as I said, it's going to be live stream. So jump on.
And the good thing is, I'm looking at Harrison's on top. Right, Luke Harrison. Not to mention his brother Jack. He's right up there too. When they got together, and that, you know, those guys were, you know, the two brothers. Harrison's got their shit together. Let me tell you, they're going to be hard to hold out. You got Leighton Cranbrook, who's battling with a few gremlins, but yeah, done sensationally well in that 1 hour race. All right, mind you. Then you've got Mark.
Mate, there's Glenn Deering, there's Dave Proglio, there's Parker, Mole, Marusik.
Well, I was going to say
Osborne's back. Baxter's going to be there.
Baxter's there. You know, I mean, Dave, like you said, Proglio. You know. Matty Barker, who nearly won the 1 hour, you know, one more lap probably got him. The quiet achiever, you know. Mate, I can't wait. And that's just not to mention. There's a handful of more that we haven't even mentioned that are, you know, coming.
And as we just said again, if you're not busy on Saturday, or you're at home watching whatever, jump onto Blendline TV.
Blendline TV live stream.
And watch the live stream, because it's going to be very, very special, and especially that race under lights. There's only one of them, but it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
we'll be there. I hope to see you guys there as well.
And again, if you please like and share our page, our Facebook page. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the flow going into 2021. We're on YouTube as well, so please like it or subscribe so you can watch the show after if you can't watch it on, live or whatever. At least, subscribe to that as well. Let's get the numbers up there. Like I said, we can't do the show without these great support behind us. But you know what? There's plenty of room for you guys, all the new supporters that we're going to get for 2021, hopefully. So, again, HQ Extra can only do what you guys can help us with, and we can only be as strong as what you guys allow us to be. So, to all our sponsors, thank you very much for being part of us. To all our watchers and listeners and everything like that, thank you very much. Like, share, and let's get the word out there.
Awesome.
Excellent. So
see you on the weekend, eh?
Absolutely, mate. Hopefully I'll get an outlap in plus more. So
I've got a bit of faith.
See how we go.
I think you'll be fine.
I think I'll be fine too.
Remember,
if it ain't pinging,
keep it singing.